Hi there. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to open up your cottage for the summer? That sounds like fun. How about you? Where are you off to? You're going to get your lawnmower out of the shed now that spring's finally here? Well, before you both go off and do these things, I just want to know if you've ever heard of hantavirus. No? Well, it's something you should both know about before you go off and open up any buildings, or if you think you may come into contact with mice. Let me take a few minutes and tell you about it. Hantavirus is a virus that causes a lung infection. It starts out with symptoms a lot like the flu: fever, chills, nausea, headache. These symptoms then go on to include trouble breathing, and they can eventually cause respiratory failure. In fact, hantavirus kills 30 to 50% of the people who become infected. What does this have to do with mice? Well, the virus is transmitted by mice, usually through their feces and urine, but sometimes through their saliva as well. You can catch the virus when you clean up their droppings or nests. When you move the nest or the droppings, the virus ends up in the air and you breathe it in through the dust. Opening up buildings that have been closed for a while and may have had mice living in them, like you two were about to do today, is a really good way to be exposed to the virus. So far, most cases of hantavirus have been in the western provinces, but infected mice have been found in every province except Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. How do you treat it? Well, there is no vaccine or cure for hantavirus right now. So like you would do for someone who has the flu, you provide supportive treatment like rest and fluids and try to avoid the respiratory failure. How can you prevent yourself from getting hantavirus? Well, thankfully there are some pretty simple precautions you can take to avoid becoming exposed. Open windows and air out any rooms for 30 minutes before you clean them. Wear rubber gloves while cleaning up any droppings, nests, or dead mice. Don't sweep up the nests or the droppings, since this creates dust. Wet them down with a bleach solution first, then mop them up or use a paper towel. Put the droppings and the paper towel in a plastic bag and seal it before you throw it away. And always remember to wash your hands when you're done. You also want to make sure that your building is as mouse-proof as possible. So seal up any holes, keep wood piles away from the building, don't leave food out if you can help it, or make sure that the food is in sealed containers. Hantavirus is still a rare illness in Canada, so your risk of getting it is pretty low. But a few more people are being infected every year, and since the mortality rate is high, getting it can have some pretty serious consequences. You can really reduce your risk by following the precautions I outlined for you. If you want more information, you can visit the Public Health Agency of Canada website at www.phac.gc.ca. Any questions? No? Well, now you can both go back to your cottage and your shed knowing a little bit more about the risk of hantavirus and how to protect yourselves.
Created using Powtoon.